So I've been taking YouTube seriously for over 10 years now. And along the way, I created a channel that focused on editing and gaming content, and I grew to over 60,000 subscribers. By no means was I a big YouTuber, but I had loyal people that supported me. And then I quit. Now you're probably thinking I'm crazy to leave a platform like that, but the reality is that my channel had been stuck for a while now, and for a couple of years now I'd just been at this plateau where I was creating a very specific kind of content. And since my content wasn't that great, the only way I felt like I could really engage people was through fancy editing, which led to a point where I was so focused on maintaining attention every 5 seconds of a video that my projects just became dense with unnecessary complexity just because the ideas weren't that good in the first place. I took Fortnite and remade it with Legos. And I did all of it in less than a day. See, I wanted to upload every week and a half or so, but these videos were time consuming. And I could kind of bring myself to do it because the videos were pretty fun to make, but I felt like I wasn't heading in the direction of something greater. It felt like I had become this very niche voice with very little impact. And despite everything I was doing, I wasn't growing. I was putting in all of this effort and trying to maintain attention through fancy editing, and I was getting basically nothing in return. No matter how much sauce I put on a video, it did not compensate for the fact that the content was just bad. And this continued and continued for years until things got to a point where I was like, fuck, this is still not working. I might have to face the fact that maybe this is not my future. And that is very scary because this is everything I had known for the past several years, and it had become a part of my identity. I'm giving myself 6 months to see if this works. So if I don't have 100K subs by September 18th, 2023, I should give up. Yes, I'm actually saying I should give up. I've been making YouTube videos since I was a little kid. If I still haven't found a way to make this work, I should give up. I can put my skills into a different experience. Yeah, so I wrote that a year ago, and you guessed it, I did not end up getting 100,000 subscribers. And you're probably thinking, but Jack, you're recording a YouTube video right now. What do you mean you gave up? And I'll get to that in a bit. But the point is that at this stage, I was feeling very confused and very lost. So what am I supposed to do? Get a job? I can't get a fucking job, bro. That is not my cup of tea. But at the same time, this YouTube thing is no longer an option. And it felt like my world was collapsing. Everything I'd spent the past 5 years building was now gone, and I didn't want to go to college, and I didn't want to get a job. What am I supposed to do? The date is August 20th, 2023. What's tough for me now is the lack of direction. Well, as many of you know, when you don't know what to do, you need a goal, and then you can gather information and experiment. And that sounds like a wonderful process of self-discovery, but that's kind of difficult to do when you're living in the most expensive state in America and you need to pay rent. So I had two options if I wanted to keep sleeping in a bed. I could either make enough money or I could reduce my expenses. And I decided to reduce my expenses, which meant moving in with my dad. It also meant leaving my friends, my family, breaking up with my girlfriend, and moving to the other side of the country because that's where my dad lives. All right, cool. So now I'm in the middle of nowhere and I still don't know what I'm supposed to do. But at least I have some time to think. I need a vision. Who do I want to be in 10, 20 years from now? Maybe that's a goal I can work towards. Maybe that would give me some direction. And while I realized I want to be my own boss, doing work that I love to do, that helps the world, and I made a list of all of the traits that I want to have, the things I want to be, and the things that I want to do. So we should unpack how that's been going. I've definitely been paralyzed to the point where I just needed to take immediate action. At first, I figured I could do my own AI app because that was something I was thinking about and I could run my own company. So I started talking to some people and learned some programming when I realized that I would need to be 100% sold on this vision if I wanted to pitch it to investors and get other people on board. And this was an awful idea. It was a stupid idea for an app.
Let's go! The Mona Lisa, baby!
And then I figured I could do my own service-based business and help businesses with their marketing services because I wanted to get better at writing and social skills. And as I started to learn about this, it dawned on me that I was trying to understand how to get clients for companies that I didn't necessarily care about. And I wasn't passionate about the idea of running soulless ads with the intent of persuading people to buy things that they didn't necessarily need. I wanted something I could care about. And so this feeling of being stuck just continued and continued for months. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm in a warehouse recording a video about myself being confused. I don't understand what this is doing for anybody. This is probably a waste of my time. And then I realized that one of the skills that I wanted to hone in on was the ability to speak well, which meant that I needed to practice speaking and connecting with other people. And maybe YouTube could be a good way of doing that. And after all of this time, I had been yearning to be making videos, but I'd really tucked away YouTube as an option because it hadn't worked out for me in the past. And so I just started recording videos straight from my phone, talking to the camera. I didn't even worry about cutting out the long silences. I don't want it to be something I can't do. I don't know what I'm saying. And these videos were so cringe. I've even needed to unlist some of them, but at least I started to create content like I was a kid again, without worrying about all of these systems and structures that I had developed from all of these past years of knowledge. I didn't want to feel like I needed to rely on constant cuts and splices in order to create this perfect narrative or this constantly engaging video. And so in my videos coming forward, I might have some animations or B-roll, but I want the primary focus to be on what I'm saying and the message that I'm trying to get across. And I don't even necessarily know the exact messages I want to get across in my videos. I don't know if I want them to be more artistic or more logical and direct, but I do know that I want this channel to be a key tool in helping others and bringing me closer to the ideal version of myself many years down the line. And if you're feeling murky about the idea of envisioning who you want to be many, many years down the line, don't be afraid to confront that vague ideal version of yourself, because it is never too late to change your course. A few years ago, I was on a perfect path for myself and doing what I was really excited about. And eventually, I needed to switch my direction. And the sooner I could make that decision, the sooner I could be better off in the long run. And I'm still feeling murky about it. I'm not sure if it's smart for me to be prioritizing YouTube. Maybe I should be getting experience in other fields or getting a job, but at least I want to try to follow my gut. And sometimes that's very clear, and sometimes that's very cloudy. So that's my story over the past 10 years of doing YouTube. Thank you for watching. Peace out.